Thank you so much for checking us out. This is yourlocalnote.com. We are hanging with Tone. We are broadcasting live. Just want to give you a quick update on what we do here. We feature this video, we stream it live, and then we record it, and then we feature it on our front page, our home page, in a couple weeks. But tonight it's live. There's no safety nets. So whatever we say, it's just going to go out there on the internet, the World Wide Web. So we're going to be talking with the Fuzz Rockers from Wilmington, Delaware, known as Tone. Looking forward to checking out their music and also talking to them about their new album, which is coming up in July. Just real quickly, want to remind you that we do stream 24/7. We do have a newsletter. Then if you want that, just send us an email at contact@yourlocalnote.com. We have free apps. Go to the respective stores, type in YLN, and download it for free. You can take yourlocalnote.com with you anywhere you want to go. All right, coming up in just minutes, we'll be talking with Tone. We're going to start everything off with their first song from their upcoming album. The song is called Sun. The album is called Won't You Come Inside, and they're hoping to have that out in the beginning of July. This is Tone on yourlocalnote.com.
thing. It's a beautiful low-pressure cell out here. Yeah.
If you like your music loud, then you've come to the right place. This is yourlocalnote.com, and we're hanging out with a band called Tone. They're from Wilmington, Delaware. They like to call themselves fuzz rockers, and we're going to be talking to them about that in just a couple minutes. The song you just listened to was, it's called Sun. It's from an upcoming album, which will be out in the beginning of July, or right around there. It's called Won't You Come Inside. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Thank you for having us.
All right, let's start with you, Brandyn. Go down the line and introduce yourself and what you do with the band.
Hi, my name is Brandyn Mark, and I play guitar and try to sing.
Hey, my name's Daniel Gutierrez. I play drums.
My name's Dave. I play bass in the band.
My name's Brett, and I play the microphone.
Brett is producing the album Won't You Come Inside. And Brett, have you done any of their other songs?
Yeah, I did from their first album. I did a little bit, but I'm working on their whole new album right now, so.
Excellent. Very good. We'll talk to you a little bit about that in just a bit. Brandyn, let's start with you. Who wrote this song, and what is it about?
I wrote the guitar riffs, and then Dave wrote his bass lines, and I don't know how to play drums or nothing. So Daniel.
Then put.
So we all wrote it.
So it's something where you come in with the riff and say, okay, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Or this is what I have. What do you think? And then you mesh it that way.
Yeah.
Is that basically how you've worked every song?
Yeah. Because everyone wants to. I don't know how to play the drums or anything like that. So
you need Daniel's help.
Everybody works together. Collaborative. Yeah.
Words. Where did the words come from?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah, they come from me.
Okay. How did the band get together?
Oh, man. All right. Well, me and Daniel, we went to the 6th grade together. So
Let's do part 1 and part 2.
Oh, yeah. We have many parts.
Okay.
We've known each other since we were like 11 or 10 or something like that. And he started a band in like middle school. And I didn't know how to play an instrument, but I really, really wanted to join.
Because you wanted to be with the cool kids,
I wanted
right?
I wanted to be cool. And, because cool kids are in bands. But,
right.
So, that happened for a while. And then when I was 16, my parents bought me a guitar.
Nice.
And then the next day I called them and I said, man, we're starting a band. I got a guitar. Like, we're fine.
Right.
And so we just played together ever since then. And then... I was in a couple other bands, and then I guess 2 years ago we formed this one.
All right.
And we like it enough that it's still around.
So you're doing this now. You also are part of another band.
I play bass in Kind of Creatures too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have side projects like that? Daniel?
Yeah, I got one. It's called Wanzan. It's semi-active. Something that we did very on and off for almost like 4 years. In addition to meeting Brandyn, that was one of the major ones. It was with a guitarist named Chris Harris and a bassist named Deverix Ferguson. Very phenomenal players. And it's funny actually. The first part of Tone when we were doing, especially Tone 2, a lot of the music that's on there, those guys were actually in the group.
Oh, okay.
So everybody was just always meeting each other. It was a really good time.
Okay.
And it was that was mainly something that I kind of kept going too. It was very a very just fun project just to do without having the total seriousness of like we got to do this together. We would just show up and play, and that was really it. It was just good time.
And then when did Dave join the band?
I joined fall of 2012. What happened was Brandyn was teaching me how to play guitar.
Okay.
It was going very poorly. And I guess there was a bit of a transition in tone. So Brandyn said, oh, you're gonna play bass now.
Nice.
So my first show ever was at North Star Bar in December 2012.
Yeah.
Wow. How was that?
Pretty terrifying.
It was fine. It was fine for me, but he was a little
well,
scared.
Fortunately,
were you a little concerned because it was his first show?
Nah, he's fine.
Okay, you had all the confidence in the world.
So,
Daniel, were you looking at Brandyn going, "What are you doing"?
When I first met him, he was also there during Tone 1 when we started. So I didn't know that he was, if he had any inclination of how to play. So
sure.
A lot of the time when we would get together, especially for North Star, I told Dave, I was like, look, let's just play as basic as possible, and I will follow you.
Okay.
Like, I'll keep the backbone and the good tempo of it. I was like, but I won't do anything crazy. We'll just chill, and then the rest was history.
Okay, and he filled in pretty
also
nicely.
Playing a $17 bass out of a Fender 212R.
Yeah.
My sound check was an open E, which was a bit of a surprise.
Joe Smiley was very happy about that.
Yeah, sound guy. Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
it's only gotten marginally better since then.
We don't play bass out of a guitar amp anymore. We got an actual
I
bass
have
amp.
bought a bass amp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good story, right?
Yeah.
Decent one, yeah.
So but it worked out well. You were obviously hooked on it. You're still with the band.
You bet.
Okay. Nothing beats being on stage, right?
That's true.
Okay. Now, now you just work with the songs on bass. Are you also learning to maybe want to write music? I mean, is that something you're going to try to go towards, or is it just
in terms of composition? We all come from a pretty similar place, pulling from a variety of influences, but it's usually there's this inkling of an idea. We are practicing together, comes out. We all kind of get an understanding of where the other person's coming from, and I guess iron it out from there.
So it's always a collaborative effort.
Right. Dave wrote the last song that's going to be coming up on our album called "Sleeping with a Smile." That's his brainchild.
Okay.
Yes, so,
but on the whole, it's very collaborative. We work it out, but I think we are getting, as time progresses, a bit more sophisticated in it. Back when our catalog, Tone Clag, was very, very small,
right?
It would just be, there's one riff. I'm like, all right, let's make a song.
One riff is good for a song. You only need one riff in a song.
Okay.
But
Riff, bridge, riff, chorus.
So, I mean, you haven't been around for that long, but you've had, 2 EPs, and you're working on a full-length album now.
Yes.
That's a lot of music in a 2-year period.
yeah.
So you guys do a lot of songwriting.
We play a lot of shows.
We play a lot of shows. We love shows.
Okay, so
that doubles as practice and songwriting.
do you ever then try something new at a show and say, okay, let's give it a shot here without really?
That's when we do.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of it ends up being on the spot. Like we would a lot of people didn't like us at one part because we were always like a jam band after a while.
I gotcha.
And within the form of that, we'd kind of find something, and then later on be like, oh, that was really cool. That time we did that and made it a song.
So you're constantly reviewing your shows and saying, okay, this worked. Let's try this again the next time.
We were a metal band for a long time.
Apparently,
that was not good.
So what's the difference between a metal band and a fuzz rock band, like you refer to yourselves?
Well, fuzz rock is something, first of all, we made up, and it's
well, I kind of figured that. I've never heard of that, and I've been around for a little bit.
A lot of it's like a lot of groove styles of playing. Really,
okay.
It was something that for me personally, like I like to be very funky on drums and things like that. So to kind of try to slip that in the midst of like it's just got to be this down, just tempo, it's just driving. I was always trying to like tweak it, and it just kept coming back around to just like a metal for what we weren't really trying to be,
Okay.
So in the midst of it, we were just always into like fuzz tones or
I like
just
fuzz pedals.
Yeah, a
Right.
lot of reverb is what we like to call it. Yeah.
All right.
Like heavy amounts of reverb, so that's how that came about.
Now then, since you do you like to play a lot of shows, and you're doing a lot of experimenting during your shows, because that's where the music is being created. Not only are you playing your older stuff, but you're creating new stuff. Then I guess audience reaction is very important to you. To the different songs.
Very, very important. And, they're mostly our friends.
Daniel's going, not really. Yeah.
I only say that because it's like it's just very in the middle, so we don't ask for them to.
No, but I'm not saying that you're asking for it, but you are aware of how they react.
Yeah.
It was
to a song. That's
pretty
what
good the other night. I know. I was into it.
He was there.
I was very into it the other night.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I meant. I'm not saying, not suggesting that after the song you go, okay, guys, what do you think?
We give out pieces of paper and ask them to write down their
It's an anonymous evaluation.
Yeah, just like a restaurant.
Don't
The
put your
waitress hands
name
it to
on
you.
there.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
Comment cards.
No, but I'm saying you're sitting there. You can feel the energy of the crowd.
Yeah, I like to watch the people.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. That goes into what you do after the show, as far as this song definitely worked for this crowd. So. Mm-hmm. All right, let's do a song number 2. We're going to go to song number 2, and then we'll come back and talk about it. This is actually from the EP Tone 2. The song is called Give Me Back My Mind. The band is called Tone, and you're listening and watching yourlocalnote.com. All right, the song is called Give Me Back My Mind. It's from the EP Tone 2, and we're hanging out with the band Tone. They're from Wilmington, Delaware, and they are self-titled fuzz rockers. We're gonna make this a genre.
I like it.
Okay,
I like it. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to hammer that home. All right, Brandyn, give us the evolution of this song.
Okay, well, this song was actually on our first EP, Tone 1, and then when we went to record Tone 2, we didn't really have a lot of songs, so we're like, we'll just re-record some old stuff and it'll be cool.
Okay.
And so it's basically. Dave showed me a couple Black Angel songs, and I really liked them. And I put on a bunch of effects like the Black Angels use, and then I came up with that riff, and I sent it to him, and he wasn't even in the band yet, and he's like, yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
So I decided to use it, and then I pitched it to Daniel, and then we made it a song.
So you made it a song.
Yeah.
Now, was it just you and Daniel for Tone 1 and Tone 2, or did Dave join for the first two albums?
Dave recorded on Tone 2.
Tone 2, okay.
Tone 1, it was me and Daniel, and we had some other people play other instruments.
Right.
And
He was
stuff,
in the studio for Tone 1.
He was in the studio for Tone 1. I asked him to come hang out.
I rose through the ranks.
Yeah.
You went from just being a gopher. No, I'm kidding.
say groupie.
No, I wasn't going to go there.
Yeah, well,
All right,
he wasn't good at getting me coffee. Like he put too much sugar in there, so I was just play the bass.
So it's good that you can play the bass, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then the differences between the EPs. So you have two EPs in this album. How has it progressed? I mean, from 1 to 2 to this one, the differences, what you like and what you don't like, and what you learned from your experiences.
Well, for me, the first one we kind of recorded. Well, we were a band less than a month when we decided, it'd be a great idea to record an EP. So we didn't really have a lot written. So it was 3 songs, and we didn't really know how to record. So we went to someone. I even forget. Do you remember where we recorded that?
Yeah, it was. I forget the guy's name, but it was Tune Room, I think it was.
Yeah, Tune Room Studios in Delaware.
Okay.
And I didn't have like a lot of guitar equipment at the time, or I didn't know much about pedals or anything, so it kind of had a thinner sound. And then we sent the files down to Brett, who's going to school in Florida, and he mixed and mastered it all for us there, and then sent it back to us.
So Brett, you've been working with these guys from the beginning.
You guys are friends.
Yeah. Me and Brandyn have been in bands together. We've been friends for a long time. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So he mixed it for you.
Yeah, he mixed it for us, and it sounded pretty good.
Yeah, it didn't sound that good. It's okay. I was still learning at that point.
Okay. Well, that's good.
He was cheap. He was very cheap.
He was cheap. Well,
I think I was free, wasn't I?
Yeah, he did it for free.
That's about as cheap as you can get.
Was that a school project or something
basically,
for you?
Yeah. Well, it's just a learning experience.
Yeah,
so.
for all of us.
Unfortunately for them.
But when a year later, when we decided to record another one, when we got Dave in the band, we met a guy named Joe Smiley at North Star Bar, and he runs Red Planet Studios.
Okay.
In Ridley. Yeah, Ridley. About Ridley, and he has a really great studio, really awesome dude. And like we were actually really intimidated because we didn't realize how unprepared we were until we got there. It was a big, nice studio with like, really professional stuff. And
when you say you're unprepared, what does that mean?
I was playing bass for 2 months at that point.
Yeah. So you don't think you should have been at that place at that time?
Not necessarily.
Not at all.
I think musically we were ready to record it because we did mostly everything in one take. But I never been in such a nice place to make music.
Was it intimidating?
It was very intimidating, and paying by hour too. I was like,
So there was pressure there.
Yeah,
He was not intimidating though. Great guy.
Yeah, great guy. He's a really nice dude.
No, I'm just saying the scenario, and so do you think that affected your play?
I think so. I think it did, and that's why this time around with our new album, we're recording with Brett, and we've been recording it since January.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's graciously opened up his studio and his house to us, and we're really taking our time with it, and really creating some different sounds. Taking our time with some, thinking about structure. Vocals were something I really didn't do on the first two, mostly because we were trying to find a vocalist and we couldn't, so I just decided to do it. I really didn't want to do it all that much. But this one, the first song, Sun, that had more vocals than all the other EPs put together just in one song. So that's the one thing I'm personally working on for this album.
So you're getting more and more comfortable doing vocals?
Yeah, or just accepted that I got to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you'd be open if someone came to you and said, "Hey," and it blew you guys away. You would have no problem switching.
Not at this point. I like it. I like it the way it is.
That was something we talked about pretty heavily, where it was. We wanted to have something like that, but it was more on the fact of like we liked being a trio.
Okay.
And the friendship is so much tighter. Not that would break anything up, or we wouldn't allow outsiders or anything like that.
Right.
It was definitely something where it's just. I mean, I've been playing with him since almost like the 7th grade.
Right. So
like really actually doing it. So I was so used to him, whether it was early times and he was learning to all the way till now. So for me, to have someone come out, someone else to come in and be like, well, yeah, you're just going to do this now. It just feels weird to knock someone off of the...
So the comfort level's there.
Yeah,
we're all really good buddies.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then it helped then that you've known Brett for as long as you have.
Absolutely.
Brett, that had to be an advantage coming in. You know what these guys, you know them first of all, so it's probably
more comfortable,
easier to make suggestions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can tell them they sucked and it'll be okay.
Right. Where with a new band, a new client, you'll have to like sort of
be a little nicer.
Yeah. And
need not use diplomacy.
It's called word economy.
Yeah.
So it saves time. And but it must be good that he knows exactly what you guys want.
Yeah, me and Brett, we've been involved in 2 bands before. We played in a band called Mountaineer, and we played in a band called Crooked Shifts. Me and Brett record stuff in his basement.
Yeah, it's like a little side project, indie side project.
Okay.
Folky stuff.
Okay.
And me and Brett are really comfortable. Like, if something doesn't sound good, he'll say, and it doesn't hurt my feelings or not. I'm just like, yeah, I guess not.
Because he has his best. He has your best interests at heart.
Absolutely.
Because you've known each other for so long.
Yeah.
Did you record track by track, or did you play the songs all together once? As a band, as a full band.
Track by track.
Okay.
Track by track, because we didn't really have everything written when we went in. We decided we do now. Everything's written now. So
thank you.
We finished the drums last night. But,
Okay.
But I like that because it's 8 songs long, and we recorded 4 like right away, and then we took time and waited. And these 4 songs are really kind of different than the other 4. They're little different. Like there's not as much reverb and stuff on there. They're a little more.
Not yet.
They're a little more musical, and they got really different structures than what we're used to. So I think they'll be nice peppered in the.
So your songs are more about the music than the lyrics.
Absolutely.
Not this time around.
Okay.
Not this time around. I think
Usually comes first.
The music comes first.
The music comes first. Yeah.
And then the lyrics you add. I mean. Now I always ask this question because I'm fascinated by how songwriters approach, especially the lyrics. Are you writing from experience? Are you just ideas, telling stories? I mean, how does that work for you guys? And do you have to run the lyrics by these guys?
I do. But this particular album, we got song titles like Sun, Cosmic Wave, Shine on Me, like really space themed, because I go to school for physics, and I really like space and stuff, and these guys are cool with it. Like we sit around and watch Cosmos and stuff, and these songs are about like space and time,
all right,
and stuff like that. So an imagination.
So you go to school for physics,
yes,
and then you just do this for fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a student. Daniel and I work full time, so I think that justifies why we've been recording since January. It's
and I don't charge hourly, which is very fortunate for them, because
we only get 2 bathroom breaks though.
2 bathroom breaks.
2 breaks. Yeah, 2 a day.
So Brett, you're actually developing your business as these guys are working on their business.
Absolutely.
Your studio, and give a shout out to your studio. I don't think we have yet.
Oh yeah, it's Magic Goldfish Productions. We're on Facebook, and also magicgoldfishmusic.com.
How long has it been open?
6-7 months.
Okay.
I've been living there. It's in Runnymede, New Jersey. It's like 10 minutes outside Philly.
Okay.
Very convenient.
Did you have to approach them about producing music, or did they come to you?
I think they came to me.
Yeah, we came to Brett.
They came to me, yeah.
Came to Brett.
So
It was a comfort level. Daniel, you had no problem with him doing the music, or?
Oh, not at all. I mean, if he's been there since Tone 1, I'm not going to be like, oh, Brett, you got to go now. You know, it's, just, it's cool. Like, we were with you, but it's
But at some point, you may want just for a change of pace and just a different pair of ears.
Yeah, with the last
offense,
one we
Brett.
did.
Oh, no, I understand.
No, it's cool. Now, like the last one we did with Joe Smiley was fun, but there was just a sense of friendship missing. You know, like I think that was kind of the.
It was too businesslike.
A tiny bit. It was definitely a heavy sense of comfortability where we could just sit there. But it also was the kind of thing where because this guy knew so much, it was more like we're really gonna listen, and it stopped being like just so open. I think with Brett, like especially with me on drums, I'm like a stickler for perfection. I gotta have it right. So I know yesterday we recorded a song, and within like 2 takes, I'm like, oh, I'm fine. Like I'm pretty sure it sounded good.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, I wouldn't be telling you to do this again if I didn't feel
right.
As a friend as well. You know, it should be done right. Not even as a joke, but you know what I'm saying. But with the last guy, he advised that, but that was more of like in the beginning, and then he was like, well, how do you guys feel about it?
Well,
and it didn't. I mean, you are supposed to have that sense as a musician yourself, but when you feel it's good, and he's still kind of asking you that's where you'd want the honesty to come out.
Okay,
and it's different with that, where we actually listen to it time and time again, and not just record it.
Okay,
just feel like it was okay.
I think you have to balance the business aspect of it with also having a good time. I think making a record should be enjoyable for the band and everybody.
It should be, but something you got bills to pay.
Oh yeah, no.
And so you do have to you have to balance that as far as having people stay too long and then all of a sudden you lose money that way.
Oh I don't do it for free. No.
We've learned that pretty heavily.
Okay. He's sending the bill collectors to you, right? Yeah. Very nice. All right. Are there things as you're going along? Obviously, the album is not done yet, but have there been things that you've done saying, you know what, this could be good for the next album?
No.
Okay.
When we first started, we knew we wanted at least 8 songs, and we had 4.
Okay.
So we got to 8. So that's where we're at right now. Yeah.
All right, and this is very much a work in progress. So the next album probably will be a lot different than this album.
I'd venture to say. So,
because you've got a bass player who's learning as he goes.
Very much so.
Okay, and you're still in the learning phase.
Yeah,
to a certain extent.
We're all learning. Yeah.
Especially when it comes to writing songs and things like that.
Absolutely.
So
I think what's especially true is, each month we discover new pedal, new amplifier.
Okay.
And this offers this unique these idiosyncrasies you get with a different type of fuzz pedal, a different type of reverb pedal, and in turn can affect how you might want to incorporate that into a song.
Daniel must take a lot of patience then, because you seem to be a little more established and you know exactly what you want to do with the drums. Not that these guys don't know what they want, but as Dave just described, they're finding new things.
Yeah, I put it like this: where they have that kind of journey into finding these things and new,
which is fun to a certain extent.
Yeah. But my how I get to that is where it becomes the music. For me, like if it wasn't for these guys, seriously, I would never listen to like Tame Impala or Black Angels, Black Keys. There's these numerous bands. And beyond that, I used to be very pigeonholed, and with hanging out with Brandyn a lot and Dave coming around, it was definitely an eye opener, and I was learning how to like kind of calm it down. I used to be very fast paced too, and that was something we used to bicker on for years. When we started, slow it down, and I'm just like, no, Mars Volta, everything.
Just chill out.
Yeah, and we started playing Modest Mouse, and that was I think that was a real trick too, because I used to not like that band, and he's like, oh, just let's just do it like this, and I'm like, So it's funny, some of the songs that I helped like kind of push in a certain direction, where it's like repeat something but go slower, he'd instantly be like, "Oh, see, look, now look at you,"
Okay.
So yeah, man, I find the journey in that, different kinds of music, it's helped me become, I'm able to explore a bit more as they do in a different sense.
Very good. All right, so you're all finding your way in this musical journey, I guess is the best way to put it. All right, let's go to song number 3. This is also off of Tone 2. This is Thunder Toad. We'll play the song, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. You're hanging out with Tone from Wilmington, Delaware. This is yourlocalnote.com, and the song again is called Thunder Toad. right. This is yourlocalnote.com. The song is called Thunder Toad from the EP Tone 2, and we're hanging out with the fuzz rocking band called Tone. We got Daniel, Brandyn, Dave, and then, of course, Brett, their producer, also with us. All right, Brandyn, it seems like you start the idea for the songs. Yeah. What is this song? There's no lyrics to this song.
There's no lyrics to the song. It's just a it's just a jam that we did to it's about a spacefaring toad.
Okay, a spacefaring
intergalactic space toad.
Even there's no words,
but it's implied through the. That's personally how I feel from it. It's about the intergalactic space toad. Okay. And we made it real quick because when we were recording Tone 2. We needed a third song.
A third song, so you put this together?
Yeah, we love playing live. That's what we did at the time, you know? So when we went to record, we're just like,
let's just jam.
Let's just jam, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And everyone was good with no lyrics.
Right. And that's what's great about this new album coming up that we're really excited about. We actually really made one.
Now with
words. With words. Tone Now with Words. Coming in July. Yeah.
I like it. Tone with words.
Tone with words, yeah.
That should be the name of the album. Tone with words. No, I'm right.
We got to call them and change it.
No. You're set. Okay, so you just brought this, and then the three of you just worked on it.
I recorded it on my phone and then texted it to them, and then they're like, "Yeah, that'll work." And then we jammed on it, and I think we recorded it like a week later because we were running out of time. Glacial pace. That's what we move on.
Okay, so you get it on your phone. Do you send songs or riffs a lot to these guys on your phone from your phone?
Yeah, that's how it gets done. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, just pick it up. Okay, and then take a listen to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you get an immediate response, yay or nay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever been in a position where they've said, you know what, we need to work on this more?
Every time.
Oh, okay.
Every time.
Yes, but
Yeah.
if you're sending me a digital file on a cell phone, let's say if
The quality is not really good.
Right,
so,
but you're trying to get
it's all
the
about
idea.
the foundation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're trying to get the idea. To that.
Sometimes I have to like say when I send it, use your imagination.
Okay.
And so they can't really say no to that because they don't know what it is.
All
so,
right,
yeah.
and you seem to be pretty open to their suggestions. To
Hey man, it's
to mold it.
everybody's music. It's not mine.
Okay.
It's everybody's.
All right. Very, very good. All right, let's talk about where people can find your music.
Well, you can find our music on toneband.bandcamp.com.
Okay.
We don't have Tone 1 on there anymore, but we have Tone 2. I took it off, and we have the single off the new album Sun, and we'll be putting the new album up on there.
Okay.
And then our album will be released by Hope for the Tape Deck Records.
Okay.
In Philadelphia.
Is that a fairly new record company?
They're about a year old.
Okay.
They're from Big School Records, which has been around a while.
Okay, so there's like a subsidiary of that?
Yeah. They specialize in cassettes, so this will be coming out on cassette.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, why would you do that?
That's what everybody says. And Dave knows why.
Sure. I know we were talking about earlier, but we wanted physical media. None of us, I think our decision to do is based on our own consumption patterns. All three of us purchase records. New,
Okay, so you're
used.
still doing vinyl and stuff.
Yes, and with cassette, I mean, we totally acknowledge that the medium is not the highest of quality, but we certainly have a lot of some lo-fi aspirations, so we can appreciate why people would put something out on a cassette.
Okay.
And so in terms of the medium itself, it's cheap. to
And
produce.
it's catching on.
Is it really?
Most of the shows I go to, bands sell their cassettes too.
Okay, I could see vinyl. Because vinyl, when it's done right, sounds
sounds
really
great,
good.
yeah.
But cassette, that strikes me funny.
Hey, man,
but
it's coming back.
very inexpensive to produce.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do people have cassette players anymore?
The kids that go to these shows, they usually do.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm asking because I'm learning.
Yeah, me too. I hadn't, because when we first got approached to release it on cassette, I was like, I don't know. And then me and Dave went to a couple shows, and I think we went to 3 shows, and all 3 of those shows, all the bands were selling cassettes too.
A lot
Really?
of punk bands, a lot of lo-fi bands. But
It's like the new thing.
Okay.
And I don't know. I can't explain why they do that, but it's what it is. But it comes with a download card.
The next album's going to come out on wax disc.
Yeah, we got an 8-track in the work too.
Recycling everything.
I've got an 8-track player, so I'll be in for that.
You're set. You're set. But it comes with a download card.
Okay, so you're covering your bases. This is something that's unique and it stands out.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people aren't doing that.
Yeah, and I find people like it more than the CD. If you're handing someone, like you see a cassette and you've
Right.
I don't know, people like it.
we are
Okay.
also profoundly inspired by Burger Records, label out in Fullerton. They
Okay.
had a write-up in New York Times. They really have created this wonderful do-it-yourself culture, and they're nonstop in the bands they release. And
So is that what attracted you to this record company, or did they come to you?
I received something from them, and then I looked them up, and I was all about cassettes.
Were you
around
really?
that time. Yeah, so I was really happy with it. And
Okay.
I don't know if Brett's happy with it because he's got to mix it a little differently for a cassette.
What is the difference,
it's
Brett?
a challenge. I don't know.
Okay, but there is a difference.
There is, yeah. We'll
Okay.
figure that out as we go.
Top dollar
I'm
we
used
pay
to
for the
doing digital
studio.
stuff and
Okay.
digital and
build your
vinyl.
portfolio.
I've done vinyl before, but cassette's a new thing for me as well. So we're gonna find out how that goes.
Yeah, and what's really cool about this company is all the cassettes, hand assembled and everything, and the first 22 of them come with a limited edition hand painted slip cover.
Oh, okay.
So it's a really nice. Like, I like the artwork. It's really nice artwork, and they handle all the little details.
That is something that is not, has gone away, is the album art. I mean, that used to be a whole big thing. You wanted to see the
that's why I
cover of
loved
the
it,
album, and whether it's a cassette or we'll even go back to 8-tracks, there was still something there. And even with CDs, you still had some art cover, and we've talked about this before, where with CDs, even as a program director of a radio station, when we went over to MP3s, CDs, I found the DJs getting lazy because everything would just be there, and they wouldn't have as much information. When you had the CD, you had the album, you could read what was on that stuff as the song was playing, and then come back and talk a little bit about it. And I think that's what's missing, is the background to these songs. And that's one of the reasons why we do this, to have people learn how the songs were put together, what a song is about, and things like that. So that's pretty interesting that you're sort of trying to get back into that with the cassette.
And I think that's why people like cassettes too. That it kind of has that vinyl quality. It's kind of like unique, and you can do a lot of stuff with it. Like the hand painted slip covers are really nice. But
So,
first 22.
Okay, first 22.
Yeah.
That's cool. And younger people aren't looking at you going, "What are you doing?"
No.
They think it's
Yeah,
cool.
I did.
You did.
Well, they're probably not our typical consumer, anyways. So it's
Okay.
not too much
when
of a
they
loss.
when they brought it up to me, like I know especially he told me, he's like, yeah, we're gonna put on cassette. And I just like stopped what I was doing. I'm like, why? Because like I remember when I tried to put mine and I even put it in backwards. So I was
Right.
like, that's how you know I haven't done it in like 10 years.
Right.
So when I got into that, it was cool because you could also, a lot of them you could see lyrics, which they don't ever do anymore.
Right.
Like something my dad used to bring up. So it was just
Yeah.
like I got more comfortable as we went on, and that's what I liked about who we were with, was they were explaining that they want to get back to more of the personal feel to it.
Very cool.
What you used to have, and it
Yes.
it made us that much more comfortable.
Very nice.
It'll be on Bandcamp too.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're covering your bases, but you're doing something that's
We'll
unique.
put out CDs eventually.
Okay.
For now, the cassettes.
All right.
Maybe not. I'm just saying.
Really? No CDs. You'll
I
do.
have a very strong aversion to CDs.
Really?
If I'm buying physical media, it needs to be an LP. It needs to be a cassette if it's the right genre of music where it would translate well for that
Okay.
medium.
Okay.
I'll buy it.
What's wrong with CDs?
Why would I spend my money on a CD?
I used to buy nothing but
this big.
CDs.
It's
Circuit City when it
sound
was still
quality is-
alive.
It's not this big?
No, it's not 12 inches. I'm sorry. I'm getting
And this is a first argument we've ever had between band members. Okay.
He's just the producer.
That's right.
That's why we keep him around. He babysits, he moderates.
I
us,
Can't argue with the man.
yeah.
I need someone to.
Yeah, I'm just here for argument's sake.
All right. Shows. Where are you guys playing?
All right, May 31st. Yes, it is May. May 31st, we're playing an Oddity Bar in Wilmington, Delaware.
Nice.
With the Weekday Warriors
And Poor York.
and Poor York,
All
which
right.
are also cool Delaware acts.
All right, and you will, as you get more shows, you will send them to us so we can get them up on our concert
Absolutely.
calendar.
Yes.
All right, very good. All right, guys, great hanging with you. Brett, before we go, you got to give another plug for your studio.
Sure, it's Magic Goldfish Productions. We're on Facebook. Look it up, and then we also have a website which I paid for. So please go to that. MagicGoldfishMusic.com.
Okay.
Still, I'm not a website designer, so it's not a super great website.
Pretty simple.
but
It's got a charm.
It's,
Okay.
you know,
Nice
yeah.
charm about
and
it.
then my information's on there, and
All right.
so book a session.
Very cool.
It's cheap and it's good.
All right, guys.
And you'll have
cheap
fun.
Cheap and good.
That's how we record.
All right. All right. The last song is called Cosmic Wave. What is that song about?
Riding the Cosmic Wave.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and this was recorded. This was recorded at Oddity Bar.
Okay, this is a live performance. Very cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Just want to remind everyone, the new album "Won't You Come Inside" is scheduled to be out sometime in the beginning of July, and Cosmic Wave will be on that song.
Yep, it
on
opens
that
side
album.
B.
That'll be okay. Excellent.
Charge for introspection.
Yep, introspection.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Really, I had a
you.
great time talking with you tonight,
Thank you.
and
Appreciate it.
good luck with your new album.
Thank you very much.
All right. Just want to remind you, we'll have another brand new vidcast on the homepage on yourlocalnote.com. And real quickly, again, you want our newsletter, just to email us at contact@yourlocalnote.com. Want to find out where your favorite bands are playing? We've got them all listed on the concert calendar. Check it out. And don't forget, we're streaming 24/7. All that good stuff and more on yourlocalnote.com. Wrapping it up with Tone, and the song is called Cosmic Wave from their upcoming album, Won't You Come Inside, on yourlocalnote.com.